What's going on, guys? My name is Zay and welcome to the channel. This is actually the first video on this channel, so I kind of want to use this as a chance to introduce myself a bit and get you guys familiar with me before we hop into today's topic. This is a brand new channel that I just started with the intent to build from the ground up. 0 subscribers, 0 views, literally nothing. I do have quite a long background in making content across different YouTube channels and different platforms, but I never really started a fresh account. Fast forward to today, or this video, and that's actually what I'm doing. On this channel, I mainly want to stick to commentary videos, story times, and just general topics. I'm always open to making content that is requested, so never feel shy to drop a request in the comment section. My main goal with this channel is to build up an awesome community where we can openly chat about different subjects. Okay, enough with my introduction. Let's get into what you guys actually clicked on the video to hear about. Degeneracy. It's honestly become such an overplayed word, but I feel like it truly is the best word and the only word to describe most of what I see when it comes to people's behavior in the age ranges of 13 to 25. Now, with that being said, there are definitely outliers. I have seen people far beyond the 25-year mark that are so far gone from reality that it's insane. I do feel like I need to narrow in on what it truly means to be a full-blown degenerate, and quite honestly, there are a few key pillars that build the ultimate degenerate in my opinion. Before I get into these pillars, I would like to say most of these types of people are not born into it. It's media, advertisements, and word of mouth that continue this almost snowball effect of bad habits, ideologies, and actions which ultimately lead down the path of degeneracy. Okay, now that I've got you guys on the hook and we're at a mutual understanding of what I'm going to be talking about, let me name off the pillars of degeneracy. There are 4 key pillars that I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to rapid fire them off, then we'll go down the list one by one and actually break them down. So bear with me. Pillar 1, the substance user and abuser. This one's a fine line, and I'll go more into depth in a second. Pillar 2, the TikTok/Twitch brain. By this, I'm talking about the over-the-top antics or doing just about anything for views. Pillar 3. Now let me say, this is probably going to make some people immediately turn off the video, and if that's the case, then have a good one. And that is the political extremists on either side of the spectrum. Lastly, pillar 4, the gambler. More specifically, the sports bettor, the parlay savant, or the get-rich-quick by day trading or buying into the prediction market guy. Now, if you suffer from any of these, that's okay. You're still able to get out and fix your brain. However, if you or someone you know has climbed the steps to each of these pillars, then congratulations. You are more than likely a full-blown degenerate. Okay. Now, I would actually like to go in and explain these topics a little bit more thoroughly. What did I say pillar 1 was again? Oh yes, the substance user and abuser. Okay, this person I actually feel bad for because I myself have gone through cycles of smoking hella weed and using nicotine products, and it's a vicious one. I'm also mainly referring to weed and nicotine for this example because if you're hooked on other shit, say heroin or fucking crack, then you're 1, probably not watching this video, and 2, you're probably too far gone to be honest. Now with that being said, before you guys go typing in the comments saying, I need my vape, I need my Zins, I have to smoke to feel normal, I want you to stop right there because no. You do not. Again, let me preface this by stating that I smoked weed and used nicotine for almost 3 years and quit both, and it was the best choice that I ever made. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand why nicotine products like vapes and pouches are marketed the way that they are, and why weed went from being a criminal drug to you being able to buy it at a fucking gas station. People realized that smoking cigarettes and chewing huge globs of grizzly wintergreen were not cool. So what happened? Companies found a way to entice younger generations right back into the addictive bullshit that our parents and grandparents fell for by creating these fruity, whimsical flavors and devices to smoke from and dip. I mean, really, they're making vapes that have touchscreens and speakers, for God's sake. And weed, I'm just gonna say it, it makes people complacent and so nonchalant that some people are just entirely fine living in crappy situations, and then they end up complaining about not having money, but in reality, they're blowing hundreds of dollars a week on edibles, carts, and other shit. It's insane, truly. I don't want to say that everybody that indulges in these is a degenerate. That's why I say that it's something that's kind of a fine line, but it is one thing that ends up leading to the road of degeneracy. Okay, pillar 2. This is one that really grinds my gears, and it's people that are always on TikTok or watching these over-the-top live streams. It's almost like they start to think that that's actually the way to act in real life. I grew up in the era of YouTube pranks and like the OG brain rot memes, as I'm sure most of you guys watching this video did, and quite frankly, I can admit that's probably where it all began, but these modern brain rot and prank videos are just ridiculous. Go ahead and call me an unk. I do not care. I'll own it. I mean, seriously though. It's almost so cringe that it's sad when you see people talking using these TikTok brain rot lingo or mimicking these crazy stunts or personas that are pulled straight from a modern live streamer's playbook. I can confidently say that all of you guys watching this video know somebody whose whole personality is what they've cherry-picked from social media influencers. Quite honestly, I feel like it impacts the younger generation more, but I've for sure seen it in people around my age, and it's insane. Pillar 3. Oh, pillar 3. The political extremists. This one's going to be a hot topic, but I feel like it ties nicely in with pillar 2. It used to be, especially when I was younger, and from what I've heard, even more so before I was alive, that a disagreement in politics was as simple as that. It might have been that your mom and dad voted for different people, and guess what? That was okay. Now, fuck no. Politics have been so over-amplified that it has now crept in the way of basic human rights. Right now, more than ever, we are so divided, not just in the United States, but across the world. I fully understand that there's never truly been peace, but I can confidently say now more than ever, we're in dark times. These dark times are definitely not aided by the fact that people refuse to have conversations with others who simply disagree politically on topics. And by that, I mean just politics. I'll flat out say it. If you don't like someone due to their race, sexuality, or personal choices, then you're just a shitty person, plain and simple. It's really shitty that all those have been politicized. I almost feel like it's been crafted that way to further divide us, but that's for another video. I try to be as open to any idea as long as it's not coming from a place of hate. And quite frankly, I feel like any normal person does as well. However, millions of people are swayed so easily by the voices and talking heads on social media, the news, and other sources that they completely quit trying to search for the actual truth and take everything at face value. Now, I know that that one was probably kind of hefty and a little bit to unpack. So with that said, let's jump into the 4th and final pillar of degeneracy, the gambler. Now by this, I don't mean somebody who enjoys gambling from time to time. I mean the person whose whole being is placing parlays, betting on sports that they don't watch, or worst of all, betting on the weather. Yes, betting on the weather. I can't even fathom that that's a sentence that I have to speak. This is a topic that I wholeheartedly believe in, especially since I went through a patch of sports betting like a madman. I fell victim to the countless ads that are shown throughout the entirety of sporting events, and it became a problem. The problem, at least for me, was never money per se, because I wasn't gambling a lot, but it was mentally taxing. And I knew I had an issue when I would spend hours in total researching bets and watching games that I cared nothing about, and being pissed when I lost a bet pretty much for nothing. You don't really win when sports betting, or really gambling in general. At most, you might break even. And it's been a problem that's really gone haywire since these big gambling companies have practically taken over the advertising market. If you actually think about it for a minute, how do you think they're paying for these huge ad placements? It's your money, your friends' money, and your family's money that are losing on these betting apps. I'm going to briefly graze over the prediction market because in my opinion, it's the dumbest thing. And if you're actively betting on the weather, then congratulations. There's probably no coming back for you without serious help. Like seriously, I would get a hold of GA. I mean, you're pretty much stuck headfirst in a cave the size of a watermelon. There's no turning around. The second I started seeing ads for these prediction markets, I realized the nefarious, almost predator-like tactics of these companies. They prey on humanity's ultimate weakness, and that's money. Like it or not, We all want to be rich or at least have enough to live comfortably, and these big betting apps give the illusion that it's possible when they pay out celebrities, streamers, and sports networks to advertise these big wins or make it seem like winning happens all the time. Alrighty, guys. I really hope that I didn't just sound like an angry old man yelling at the wind, but this shit truly pisses me off, and I want better for our generation. The idea behind this video was to try and bring a little light to these subjects, as well as put some of your asses on blast. Maybe, just maybe, some of you that are walking down the road to degeneracy will see this video and think, well, damn, if this random guy on YouTube was able to break the cycle, then I sure as hell can as well. Life is not an easy quest, so don't make it harder for yourself by falling victim to these things that will only make it more difficult. Find alternatives and live life openly and hear what others have to say. If you guys stuck around to the end of the video, I want to give a special round of applause, as this was the first video on the channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're feeling extra awesome, leave a recommendation for next week's video down in the comments. If you didn't like the video, well, shit, leave a dislike. Let's see if we can get this thing over the amount of dislikes that the Infinite Warfare trailer had. Now, I don't think that that's actually possible on second thought, as I think that that video is now sitting at just over 1 million dislikes. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. It's been real. And don't forget, my name is Zay. Subscribe and enjoy the stay.